welcome to the top of the world. We are in Killarney Provincial Park. Stick around until the end as I'll show you the George Lake campground, what there's to do, including paddling the lake, explore Killarney the town, have some fish and chips, you have to, and last but not least, hike the crack. So stick around till the end.
Killarney Provincial Park is located on the crystal clear waters of the Georgian Bay and is overlooking the Cloche Mountain range. The park is about a 4-hour drive from Toronto.
Made it to Killarney. You do still have to check in here, so where the store is behind me, that's where you can get a permit. Now of course, since the last time we were here, we can now go down the road. We don't have to get the toboggan to move our stuff, which is definitely a change, but nice.
Flashback. End of flashback.
So this is our site 50. It's a pretty private site. The only thing is it is on the main road here, so it is pretty busy with vehicles, but from a privacy perspective, as you can see, tons and tons of privacy. One thing to note is all sites in Killarney are non-electric, so we just have a little 40-watt portable solar panel, and we have two 100-watt panels on the roof to keep our battery topped up. But the spot itself, it is on the main road, but it is pretty close to the beach as well. So we brought our kayaks, we want to explore George Lake, we want to do the crack, have to go to town to get some fish and chips as well, so stick around.
The George Lake campground is the only car accessible camping option in Killarney Provincial Park. However, there's a variety of interior camping sites throughout the park which offer more secluded, wilderness-oriented type of experience. Interior sites can be accessed by foot, canoe or kayak and provide an opportunity to truly immerse yourself into the natural beauty of Killarney Provincial Park. In the George Lake campground there's 142 non-electrical campsites. There are no electrical sites. However, the cabins do have electricity. There's 2 beautiful sandy beaches and 1 dog beach. Other amenities includes an amphitheater, a nature center, a comfort station with showers, and 2 rustic cabins and 6 yurts for rent. Additionally, there's 1 trailer sanitation station located just outside of the park.
Flashback.
So this is the dump spot. As you can see, there's 1 on each side. And instructions. Made it to the trailer fill. There is 1 hose. However, there's 2 lanes. So 1 lane that we're in now, and then 1 lane right behind me. It's also a non-threaded hose, so if you have a filter, unfortunately you can't use it. The other thing is it is a loop. Now there is 2 lanes, so as long if there are not trailers in both lanes, you don't have to wait for people to dump or get water. But if you do have 2 people dumping, then the only way to get water is to wait.
End of flashback. Early the next morning.
Good morning. So it's 6:45. We decided to get up bright and early to hike the crack to avoid the crowd. So come with us. So we made it bright and early to the crack. It's just before 7 and luckily the parking lot is empty. So let's do the hike. There's a permit machine here, so if you don't want to go to the store first to get a permit, you can do it here. This one I find particularly interesting because you can have, I guess, flaming dog poop. Not quite sure. So this is the crack. It's about 6 kilometers, even though it's more like 7 now because there is a bit of a detour. And this is the trail here. And the hardest part really starts here. Up to this point, it's pretty easy, but here it gets hard. Oh, also, no drones. So there's definitely no shortage of warnings, as you can see. So you have to be an experienced hiker, 4 hours of daylight, good shoe wear, water, day pack with first aid, paper map, your phone communication plan. Again, pretty serious hike.
And when I think that God his son not sparing sent him to die, I scarce can take it in. That on that.
So we made it to the bridge. This is pretty much the midpoint of the trail. You have a very nice view on both sides of the bridge.
He bled and died.
Well, there's quite a bit of boardwalk. which is nice. Plus, on the right there is where the lake is.
You are. How great you are. When we sing, how great you are.
So this is the original trail here, but it's closed for now, so we have to take the detour, which is about a kilometer detour. So again, here you can read more about the reroute and why it's there. Normally you go like this, we had to take the detour. So once you're back on the original trail, maybe like 200 meters in, that's where you kind of start getting into the granite area. So this is where you want to have good shoes, take your time, no rush, and start climbing.
And take me home. What joy shall fill my heart.
So there's lots of climbing here at the crack.
Then I shall bow in humble.
So it's definitely a lot of climbing once you're on top of the crack here, but the view you get. So in the distance you can see the Georgian Bay over there, and if you keep going, we're so close. Right there is the crack lookout. We actually made it to the crack part, which is the hardest part because you have to go up the rocks here, and then ultimately you get to the crack.
How great you are. How great you are. How great you are. How great you are.
So this is the actual crack right here in front of us, and this is why the crack is called the crack. So we made it to the top of the crack. It's just absolutely stunning. Not the easiest hike, certainly the last 300 meters is a lot of climbing, but honestly this view is 100% worth it.
2 hours later.
So we're going kayaking on George Lake. Now you have to drop off your kayak at the launch spot and then park in the parking lot behind it. This is where you drop your canoe or kayaks off, and then you park over there, and then you just have to get your kayak or canoe down the stairs here. And here we go. This is George Lake.
Windows down, scattered clouds, smell of sweat outside. Open road, you sitting close. Let's go somewhere far away.
So why did we go to Killarney twice this year? Because I really wanted to paddle on George Lake. Because you can see the mountains with like the white peaks in the background. It's just absolutely beautiful. So this is one of the reasons why we came back. The other reason is I did the crack in the winter. I mean video here. But definitely wanted to do it in the fall as well.
Heading for the western shore, while the sun is slowly fades. Days are full, and I'll spend them with you. So let's go somewhere far away. 'Cause if all I have is you, then I'll be just fine.
Tomorrow for sure.
When you are at Killarney Provincial Park, definitely go check out the town of Killarney. You can get the best fish and chips there. It's not cheap, but it's so worth it. So we decided to go, since you are in Killarney, there's a little lighthouse here. It's not very well marked, but you take the airport road, which brings you to this point here, right onto the Georgian Bay. So apparently it's 110 feet long, 17 feet wide. So it's massive. This is also where the start of the lighthouse trail is. However, you can do it like us, you know, take the shortcut. But it's a massive paddle. And this is the view from Killarney Lodge, overlooking the little channel here. So no trip to Killarney is complete without stopping for fish and chips. You can also sit there and eat your fish and chips, but since the trailer is only like a 10-minute drive for us, we're just gonna go back to the trailer, eat it there, have a beer. But yeah, this is the channel in Killarney. Also, if you need your alcohol, there's a LCBO right next to the fish and chip place. So fish and chip and beer, you know, can't go wrong with that.
11 minutes later.
This is our fish and chips. We got some coleslaw, but the most important, delicious fish and chips. And of course, a bunch of tartar sauce. So this is the trail here. It's about 3.5 kilometers. It says it takes you 2 hours, and the rocks are slippery when it's wet. So the trail itself, there's a lot of climbing, so definitely not wheelchair or stroller accessible, but it is very pretty. So let's talk about Killarney. Killarney is an absolutely beautiful park. The hikes are stunning, the area is stunning, the little town is stunning. Now there is no hydro, so if you do go camping, certainly if you have a trailer, bring some solar panels. But the area is stunning, the lakes are pretty, the hike, the crack is a must-do trail. It's definitely not the easiest, but so worth it. Chikanishing Trail is another very nice trail. The Granite Ridge is another nice trail. Go to Killarney, get some fish and chips, enjoy the town, hang out by the water, eat your fish and chips by the water. You just can't go wrong. Check out the lighthouse, it's absolutely stunning. We love it here. Now unfortunately it has been raining a lot here, so we actually decided to leave a day early and we are heading to Kilburn now. By far one of the prettiest parks here in Ontario.